Good evening, everyone. It's Saturday. Oh, you know what? I forgot to check the date. It's 18, 19, 20, the 20th of February. And I would like to do the daily child trafficking report, but I would like to do it for yesterday, Friday the 19th, because I did a report about what happened in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is the state I live in. I live up north in the Lakes region, though. And by the time, it was just too late to do the rest of the report for Friday. Saturday, today, 112 children were brought in by the Air Force from Asia. So I'll have to work on that a little bit later. Yesterday, 279 children were taken to 14 locations. And they were taken from South America and flown to the MyLab child trafficking operation, which I say every day is operated by DARPA and the CIA. The United States Southern Command, which is a privately owned child trafficking corporation, flew the children in 2 cargo planes, and the first had a staff of 17 men, all former military, and the second had 16. And all these men raped children on the way here, at least 3 children each. And most of the children were Brazilian, except for there were 13 Ecuadorians. And they were taken to, divided up and taken to the Pentagon. 66 children were gang raped by a group of 276 Pentagon males over a 6.5-hour event. And most these males raped 2 to 4 children each. That's a lot, 276. That's a lot of men for 2 to 4 children each. I mean, it shows what they do all day with your taxpayer dollars. Washington, D.C., number 1, 36 children were gang raped by a group of 118 men of the CIA, Secret Service, FBI, NSA, DHS, and 3 U.S. senators. In Washington, D.C., MyLab number 2, 12 children were gang raped and murdered by a group of 47 males. Basically the same list: CIA, FBI, NSA, DHS, TSA. This one had 1 Secret Service and 2 U.S. senators. One of them was from Indiana, named Joe Donnelly. Excuse me. Wilmington, Delaware, 17 children were taken there, and they were gang raped and then murdered by 62 corporate executives, all from military contracting companies. The UN building, 8 children were gang raped by 8 Saudi Arabian men and 8 CIA agents. And the Saudi Arabian men were the ones who killed the children. And then Indianapolis, I did a report on that. 17 children were gang raped by a group of 47 males and murdered by 17 men. In the Detroit MyLab, 6 children were gang raped by 18 corporate executives and 2 DARPA employees. In Dallas, 31 children were gang raped by a group of 119 men. Corporate executives, Secret Service, CIA, FBI, NSA, TSA, DHS, and the Texas State Police. In Houston, Texas, 22 children were gang raped by 46 males, basically from the same list as I just mentioned, but there were no TSA at Houston. Excuse me. In Crawfordsville, Texas, 12 children. They were not raped, but they were murdered by a group of 18 reptilians who ate them. Right there on the spot. It's like a massacre what these reptilians do. They just rip the flesh off these children like tissue paper. It's not a pretty sight. Going on, Los Angeles, number 1, 6 children were gang raped by 32 Hollywood moguls, producers, directors, and 1 actor. And the 6 moguls killed the children. Roswell, New Mexico, 18 children were gang raped by a group of 72 military men, and these children were then killed by the same group of 18 reptilians that were in Crawfordsville. They just went out, I assume, by high-speed rail. I didn't check. Because all these MyLabs underground are connected by high-speed rail. They have that boring machine that can go about 7 miles a day. And if I remember right, it was, I forget what year they started, but I think they were completed by the mid-90s. Or they started in the mid-90s and they were completed at around the turn of the century. Carson City, Nevada, which is the Lake Tahoe area. 4 children were gang raped by a group of 19 corporate executives and then killed by 4 CEOs. And then Denver, 4 children were gang raped by a group of 7 men, corporate executives. Charles Ergen, who loves to rape little boys, with the man acting as our governor, Mike Pence, and then 6 other corporate executives from Dish Network, and a military contractor. So there were 7 total, 6 other corporate executives, all from Dish Network except for 1 military contractor. And Ergen and 3 other executives killed the children. And which I was really hoping that this would be over by now, but it's not. And 112 more children were brought in by the Air Force to Nellis Air Force Base today from Asia, and I'll start reading the DNA and get on that, and hopefully do the others tonight. But it's been a real high pain day. Whenever the Reptilians come in, they always, their weapons and everything, and they're super egomaniacs. It's just lovely to be around them. Not really. Thank you for your prayers for these children. Have a nice day.